Hi, I'm Ethel MacArthur. I'm a certified life coach, and I am going to talk about all things brain. It's just my very favorite topic, as most of you will know, and it is the starting place. It's kind of the foundation or the platform of my coaching practice. That and the model that I've talked about before. So it's about our thinking, and where does the thinking originate, and what is the motivation behind our behaviors. And so here we go. Just a minute this. So this is the two motivational triads, and we have the old brain, the one that was our survival brain, which is actually centered in the limbic center deep within the brain. And that part of our brain is apparently responsible for up to 90% of 90 to 95% of our behaviors. It is a instinctive, primitive survival brain. It existed in times of scarcity, and so we view things with scarcity when we're coming from that particular part of the brain. And so we need to address this part. The triad is, the motivational triad is to seek pleasure, to expend energy efficiently, and to avoid pain at all costs. And it makes a lot of sense when we were in the cave or way back then, when the threat was real and not in our minds so much. It was the animals that were going to attack us. Where was the next source of food going to come from? Where were we going to hide or get out of the weather? Those sorts of really basic concerns. And so as we see here, is that there's a halo of danger, looking for evidence, just being guarded, wanting to make sure that we're safe. And it makes sense. And so it's a reactive part of our brain. When we are in danger, we go into fight, flight, fright, and seeking food, which is a form of pleasure in the triad. And so that is what we are concerned with. It's also currently, in our current days, it's the default brain, it's the instinctive brain, it's that part of the brain that has a negativity bias and often feeds us those negative self-talk and judgment pieces of information. It's actually where we come from as children, as toddlers, and hopefully we do grow, but we never grow beyond this sort of having that segment of the emotional child in us. And that emotional child sort of goes on a teeter-totter between blame, shame, blame, and so we're in that victim-villain sort of stance. And it makes sense from that survival brain place. However, we do grow, and we have added a layer onto our limbic system called the neocortex, and that's the higher functioning brain that makes us human and makes us creative. And the motivation there is to grow and evolve and to become more than just the survivor. It comes from that area of abundance. Anything is possible. It's from that realm of possibility. And it has that I can mindset. So the motivational triad in this case, from this new place, this neocortex place, is seeking growth, expend energy wisely, that is to constrain energy towards the goal of growth and evolution, and to embrace discomfort, because that growing part is not necessarily comfortable. This is comfortable, kind of staying in that safe place. And so what we want to do is grow and evolve and become whatever we want to become. And so with this prefrontal cortex, we can plan our activities, plan what we will eat tomorrow, plan where we're going. And we become, instead of at the mercy, the villain-victim stance, we become the CEO of our results. We decide, we think thoughts that are going to allow us to have the feelings, commitment, determination, motivation to go into those activities that will produce the results we want. And so this is a place of emotional adulthood. That's accepting responsibility for our actions, not blaming others or going into self-judgment about ourselves. This is the place where we have absolute agency and personal power. And so it's that place of strength. We get to choose our thoughts. We get to choose what emotions will give us those actions. And so it's really the research and development part of our brain. We have a choice to be in this place, which without conscious awareness, without conscious thought, without choosing other thoughts that serve us better, we remain in this place. And so for me, it's eyes wide open, I can, and possibilities are endless. So, but it's by trial and error. We have to try something, fail, try, and succeed. And so it's a process, it's practice. And what it takes is witnessing the I cannot. There's not enough of. We're in danger. Witness that part of the brain as it's giving us those messages, and then realizing that, and then choosing to have other thoughts. So it's just there are two motivational triads, the old triad that seeks pleasure, expands energy efficiently, and avoids pain at all costs, and goes into that fight, flight, fright, and food mode where we seek that comfort from outside rather than that sort of core self-confidence, that core ability to really choose our thoughts. I can, it is possible, I will, and to seek growth, expend energy wisely, and embrace discomfort, which requires self-commitment and a great deal of courage to try and see what works and learn from what doesn't work. We're either learning or we're succeeding. So I invite you to become your own witness and to choose to be in that place of possibility and growth, and to evolve to a higher place for the rest of our lives. So if you want any help with this, I'm only too happy to coach you with it. I do have my complimentary initial session with you, so you can go to my website and you can email me with a request, or you can just do your own work. You can email me, please, any ideas, any feedback that you have for me, just email me. Join my email list. I'd be so pleased to send you my weekly updates. So, so coming from that old brain or the new brain of possibility. And so we want to increase our potential as opposed to, and creativity as opposed to walling it off. So welcome, I challenge you, and thank you. Bye.